everybody, Brickhouse here, and man, things are heating up, especially over at the worldwide leader in sports, that being ESPN. You got the brouhaha between Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel. You've got the situation with Pat McAfee calling out one of the ESPN execs, calling him a rat. And now you have probably, I would say, the most popular and also the most opinionated employee of ESPN, and that would be Stephen A. Smith, who recently released a book. And I don't know what's in the book. I don't know what it's about. From what I can see here, it's a memoir of sorts. And Jason Whitlock from The Blaze penned a column claiming details in Smith's recently released memoir did not add up. Now, after Jason Whitlock's memoir became available, or I should say Jason Whitlock's column became available, I believe it was over on The Blaze. Well, that prompted Stephen A. Smith to launch into a tirade on his podcast, branding his rival a devil and even claiming he is worse than a white supremacist. This was yesterday afternoon on his podcast. Today is the day I finally speak my mind about that no good fat, you know what? The host of ESPN's First Take then unloaded on his rival over 59 brutal minutes. He called him Cain, called him the devil, called him the worst, called him a piece of crap. I'm being polite. He's the dude that's going to have a funeral and there ain't going to be no pallbearers. There might be 2 people that show up. He's the absolute worst. He lies. He incriminates. He tries to set people up to fail. He suggested Whitlock's modus operandi is to put himself in front of white folks that may have a problem with black folks. I mean, Stephen A. is not holding back. Now, Jason Whitlock, after Stephen A. Smith's tirade on his podcast, basically came out and said, I feel sorry for Stephen A. Smith. I knew Stephen A. was limited. I didn't know he was this limited. I'm starting to feel sorry for him. I beat up a baby seal. I mean, I've listened to Jason Whitlock. I've read his column in the past. I know he's been with Fox Sports, Kansas City Star, ESPN. He did a short stint with Outkick. Then he left Outkick under, let's just say he didn't see eye to eye with Clay Travis at the time. And then he ended up over at The Blaze. And we know Stephen A. has been a stalwart at ESPN for years. But this is to me, this is a battle of somebody that has a extremely big ego versus somebody who at one time had an extremely big ego, but he has since tempered himself. He's become very humble, in my opinion. And he doesn't mince words, that being Jason Whitlock. I mean, I watched Jason Whitlock get into a tit for tat with Michael Malice a few years ago during some election coverage on the Blaze. And Michael Malice can rub some people the wrong way. And Jason wasn't having any of what he was selling. I don't know if this little feud is going to be over anytime soon, but on the heels of what else has been going on at ESPN, I thought this was kind of a little interesting side note to bring out to the masses. Me, I'm just going to sit here with my box of popcorn and just wait for Stephen A. Smith's response, which I'm sure he's not going to respond on First Take. I'm sure he'll probably respond on his podcast again today. So, what do you guys think of this back and forth? Do you think it's over? Or do you think this is just going to continue on for the next few days or into next week? Comment down below. Share your thoughts, share your opinions. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. Me, I'm not a big fan of Stephen A. Smith. Never have been. I thought he's a blowhard. On the other hand, I like some of the things Jason Whitlock has to say. There are some things I disagree with him on. And there you have it. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you to the nearly 15,000 of you that have subscribed to the channel. That's my next goal, is to cross that 15,000 mark, hopefully by the end of the month. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.